Listen, y'all. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the Lions are in big trouble right now. Little people, big people, all people. Welcome to Buffed Up Sports. Thanks for clicking on this video. Now, just make sure you head over to buffedupsports.com. That's where you'll find the links to all my social media platforms. Easy ways to financially support the show, if you're able. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel so you'll never miss a new video. If you're enjoying the content, please share Buffed Up Sports with your peoples. Let's get everybody watching and tuning in. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in to Buffed Up Sports. Now, I hope you enjoy this video. All right, so we got preseason football out the way. The Lions went 1-3 in preseason. Of course, preseason is not necessarily about the record. It's more about the guys who are trying to make the roster. It's about that depth. It's about the bench players, seeing if something does happen in the season, who can step up and help your team win games. That being said, we got a chance to look at Hendon Hooker, who was a day 2 draft pick a couple years ago, and he just didn't show up. A lot of people had hopes for him at quarterback. Some people honestly thought he was about to be the bridge quarterback Goff was the bridge quarterback for him. That is not the case. Hendon Hooker got cut. No shocker on that one. The other big release that the Lions had, though, Dan Skipper, offensive line. That shocked a lot of people. But they did bring him back to the practice squad. So the Lions have made their, final roster moves. Because then things get crazier. They trade wide receiver 3, Tim Patrick. And as you know, Tim Patrick was a decent wide receiver 3 last season, to the point people was like, I like Tim Patrick. So for him to get traded to the Jaguars for a 6th-round pick was a move that had Lions fans like, what is going on? But it pretty much confirmed what a lot of people suspected. Out of Hudsonville, Michigan, wide receiver Isaac Tesla. We going electric, not in a Tesla, but in a Tesla. But no, Isaac Tesla is going to be the wide receiver 3 option it's looking like for this season. So again, that's a big expectation to put on the rookie, but preseason games, you got to take them with a grain of salt. He did show out in preseason. I mean, the boy was hitting the worm. He was doing the thing. But I lead all that to say, again, this is why the Lions are in trouble. Not because, I guess, let me go back here. We're in trouble because I don't think we're in trouble that we're relying on a wide receiver rookie to be our third option. I don't think that's being in trouble. Dan Skipper getting cut and then back to the practice squad. I want to talk about the O-line in a minute, but we are in trouble there with the O-line. When you have, all-pro Frank Ragnow retire out of nowhere, Taylor Decker's on his last leg, we got to be real here. And then not having a solid backup quarterback, because we already know if God forbid Goff gets hurt this season, and that's the part that scares me, because Goff is not a mobile quarterback. Goff is a quarterback who needs a perfect everything else around him. If everything else is perfect, he is going to be great. He has shown that throughout his career that if everything else lines up, he can make things happen. No different than how things went for him with the Rams. He got to the Super Bowl. You know why? Because the Rams had a heck of a defense that year. They held the Patriots, a Tom Brady Patriots team, to 13 points in the Super Bowl. So let's not question, Goff just needs everything else around him perfect. That being said, he's not going to have a perfect offensive line this year. And that scares the crap out of me because, again, Goff is not a mobile quarterback. So if Goff feels that pressure, he's not going to move. This is where Goff goes left. He's either going to throw a pick or he's taking a sack. And sometimes when he takes those sacks, he loses the ball and fumbles. And that's what scares me. But more importantly, again, I will give Goff his flowers in this aspect, because Goff is a heck of a quarterback when he's on. I give him that. The dude was putting up MVP numbers last year. We will never take that away from him. I mean, he had the whole city chanting his name for a reason. So if he gets hurt, a good backup quarterback is not expected to win you a Super Bowl, but they are expected to keep you afloat. If your starter quarterback does miss a game or two, that backup is supposed to keep you afloat. Um, Kyle Allen, is that who we're relying on? At this point, hey, what's Cam Newton doing? Like, what is Colin Kaepernick at this point? Maybe this is his chance to come back. I mean, doggone, the Vikings just signed Carson Wentz, I don't feel comfortable about that. And so I say all that to say things just got rougher for the Lions. What's up, everybody? If you didn't know, I am a car salesman. I'm a car salesman at Gene Buttman Ford. Yes, I sell cars. I sell new. I sell used. Whatever you are trying to hop in and drive off with, I will sell it to you. So come check me out, RJ at Gene Buttman Ford. You can call me at 734-544-2870. You can email me, which is rjhunt@buttmanford.com. We are located on Washington Avenue. We right near Eastern Michigan campus. So come check us out. Come check me out. And hey, touchdown on your new car and drive like a superstar. Things just got rougher for the Lions. The Packers got Micah Parsons for 2 first-rounders and Kenny Clark. That's a good trade for the Cowboys side of things. I'm not going to lie. But the Packers just got that dude. And the fact Micah Parsons went to our division, the division rivals, so the first thing I'm thinking is, oh, shoot. He just went to the rivals. Oh, shoot. We play this dude twice a year. Oh, shoot. That's our first game of the season, and we on the road. I'm like, We's in trouble. As a Lions fan, I get the optimism, I get it, but we's in trouble. Yo, again, the NFC North is already the toughest division in football. Argue with your mama about it. The Lions are officially no longer the favorites in the NFC North. The betting odds do have the Green Bay Packers winning the NFC North, with the Lions being second right now. Now, we talked about preseason cuts and all that and roster moves being made before the season does start. Where the heck is Adarius Smith? Brad Holmes, just make the call. The man has said he will take the pay cut. The man has said he wants to stay in Detroit. The man got cashed out on his team. Like, they even broke up and they got back together. Like, he loved her. He loved the city. He loved the Lions. Bring him back. Cash Doll. She for all we know, Cash Doll might be playing a game right now. Cash Doll might have said, I really want to break up with this dude, but I also love my Lions, and the Lions need him. I'm going to keep him around so he can stay with the team, and then we can figure out the rest down the road. If that's the case, shout out Cash Doll, because, hey, you doing us a solid right now, keeping that brother around on your shoulder. Now, we got to get Zadarius Smith back because we got some defensive pressure too. I believe in Aiden Hutchinson comeback season. I believe Aiden Hutchinson going to be that comeback player of the year. But I would love to have a Zadarius Smith on the opposite side of him because he can hold up his own too.
Hey, it's your girl Caressa the Glow Shields, and I'm here with Buffed Up Sports.
But again, the Packers got a Micah Parsons. I believe in Penei Sewell. I do. But I talked about it earlier. The rest of our O-line, that O-line got weaker, That O-line is our Achilles heel on offense this season because you got the Goff quarterback. You got the running back, Sonic and Knuckles, David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. You got the wide receivers in Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams. You got all that. You got the tight end, Sam Laporta. You got that. It's that offensive line I worry about. And what makes me worry even more for the Detroit Lions, I think this is the last year. I think that window shuts after this season. I think the window's already closing. As last season proved, you don't just automatically think you can get back to the NFC Championship game thinking it's going to be a cakewalk because the Washington Commanders showed up to your stadium, showed up and showed out by a rookie quarterback. Injuries, I get it, but that should not have happened. We did it to ourselves. You can't have that many turnovers either. Everybody talked about the defense. What about the turnovers that the offense made, But I say the window is closing because look at all the players you got to pay to bring back. You've already paid Jared Goff. You've already paid David Montgomery. You've already paid Amon-Ra St. Brown, which his contract is looking great right now. He is when he signed his deal before last season, he was the he was the highest paid wide receiver in the league. Right now, he is the 8th best paid wide receiver in the league. So that contract's looking pretty good right now. But you signed Amon-Ra St. Brown. You signed Penei Sewell. Now, you got J-Mo and Hutch going into, they have to either sign or they go because they just took 5th-year options. Now, next, you got the following year rookie class that Brad Holmes hit home runs on between the 4 guys of Jahmyr Gibbs, Brian Branch, Sam Laporta, Jack Campbell. He got to re-sign those guys. That is 6 guys I just named that's up for extensions, and you know for a fact you ain't keeping all 6. Brian Branch scares me because you already re-signed Kirby Joseph. Gibbs is probably a lock. Hutch is probably a lock, as long as he shows up this season. Everybody else, I can't say they a lock because the money going to start getting tight, which is a good stress thing to have, but it's unfortunate at the end of the day. That's the unfortunate part of drafting so well. And everybody keeps saying, oh, Brad Holmes drafted good before, he's going to keep doing it. That's not a guarantee. You hit a home run once, you might not hit it the first or the next at bat. With all that being said, I'm scared for the Lions this season, y'all. The Lions are in trouble. Yo, so thanks for checking out that video. With that being said, make sure you go to buffdovesports.com for the latest updates and to keep up with me on my social media channels. And if you want to help the show because you enjoy it so much, you could go to the support tab on buffdovesports.com to send in a donation. And more importantly, hit the subscribe button so you'll never miss an episode. Thanks for watching.